Hello! It's been about 2 weeks since we last chatted. I was on OB. So for the first week I was on days, and then for the second week I was on night float. I learned a lot about myself during the past 2 weeks. For the first 3 days I wept at every delivery. It was just really emotional for me seeing the moment when the mom finally meets her baby. You know, she's been waiting for 9 months, and this baby has been growing and developing, and you get to be there. You get to be there to witness their union. It's such an honor. Like I think I just felt very grateful to be able to be a part of that and to be trusted with that. I didn't get to deliver any babies, but I delivered a lot of placentas. There's a particular technique to do when you deliver a placenta. So you maintain like gentle traction on the umbilical cord, gently, because you don't want the risk of leaving pieces of the placenta inside the uterus. And so to do that, you just want to make sure that you get all of the uterus without leaving any, all of the placenta without leaving any of it behind. And so you just want it all to come out in one piece. So really gentle traction on the umbilical cord, and then when you see the bottom part of the placenta, just grabbing a hold of that, and then you twist, kind of like a doorknob, or like twisting a handkerchief around on itself. And then it just kind of tumbles down, which is cool. And you just think, this little thing kept a baby alive, you know? I think a part of me expected third year to be, I knew the learning was going to be up to me, but I felt I maybe expected more of like a resident suggests, go read this article, and then go see this patient, because it would be good continuity for your learning, and then like maybe try typing up this note. But so far what I've experienced is a lot more relying on yourself to be able to read the room and understand what would be helpful for you to do. We did a lot of magnesium checks, which is something that we put a lot of pregnant women on, or not a lot, but it's a common medication, I would say, to put a pregnant woman on for a couple of reasons. One, if they're preeclamptic, and preeclampsia is just one point on the spectrum of hypertension that a woman can experience during pregnancy, and magnesium is used to help prevent seizures, which progresses preeclampsia to eclampsia. Oof, speaking difficult. And the other reason is if we think there's going to be a preterm labor, then magnesium can be used for helping neural development in the fetus. Those are typically done about every 2 hours. So I would, at the very beginning of my shift, make sure I knew which patients were on magnesium, and then I would just monitor their charts throughout the day, and if it seemed like anyone was due for a mag check, ask if the team would like me to go do the mag check and document the notes. And I saw caught, I'm sure it would have been caught otherwise, but someone who had magnesium toxicity, and they were fine. But it's really interesting to have a moment when you're like, oh, all of the skills I learned paid off. So that was really cool. Now I am on surgery for this week. I am with a general surgeon, and so I've gotten out super early the past 2 days, which has been really nice, unusual. I don't know what to think of it. It's such a contrast to the past couple of weeks in OB. Like night shifts in particular were about 14 hours long. I found it surprisingly challenging to switch my schedule back to days. I find that during the day I get this slump that would be around the time I would normally sleep, getting off of days. And I think it's because I'm naturally a night person, so switching from days to nights was not that hard. It felt pretty natural. My body was like, oh, you want to stay up all night, huh? Now's your chance. The surgeon that I'm with does a lot of endocrine surgeries, so parathyroidectomies and thyroidectomies. And he does a lot of hernia repairs, which is more of a general surgery type thing as well. So tomorrow I'm going to be in clinic in the morning, and then in the afternoon I have didactics with my school. So since I start psychiatry next week, I thought I'd take a look at a few videos just to get my feet wet again. So I took a look at anxiety disorders, mood disorders, PTSD, and psychotic disorders. And I took a few notes, mostly to keep me engaged and have something to look back on. Something that I've learned this week on surgery is that a good way to prepare is to treat the procedure like you would a quiz, and so to study and prepare before accordingly, and to kind of treat the beginning of the procedure as the beginning of quiz time, and to be mentally in that headspace of performance in a way. Tomorrow's surgeries are set to be parathyroidectomies and thyroidectomies. So tonight I'm taking a look at this book, which is a nice little-ish summary of the important anatomy, even some of the important statistics of common procedures that we'll typically see in our third year. So tonight I'm going to read about the thyroid gland and about the parathyroid gland. What percent of patients have 3 parathyroid glands? 10%! I didn't know that. I thought everyone had 4, you know? Little like marching parathyroids around the thyroid, but no! 10% of people are missing a soldier. Although you can live a perfectly healthy, normal life with half of one parathyroid gland. That's all that you need. All the rest are kind of like when you get clothes and there's a little button in a little tiny Ziploc bag attached to the clothing item, like in case you need it. Maybe that's what the other parathyroids are. They're the little buttons that come attached in case you need them. I don't know. Was moving into my apartment, this really nice guy that I'd never met before helped me move in, helped me move really heavy furniture in, and was kind enough to just devote like at least an hour helping me move. So I've always been meaning to get him something, just leave it by his doorstep as a thanks. He lived in my apartment, I hope still lives in my apartment building. And although it's several weeks later, I owe it to both of us to kind of close the loop and send him that thanks. All done. So, gonna plop this on his doorstep. I love doing this. I feel like Santa. Done. When I started reading Blink, I wondered why the first page felt so familiar. And then I walked over to my bookcase and this is what I saw. Laila, Laila, Laila. Oh my goodness! So if any of you want a copy of Blink, I am happy to share.
Hey,
What you doing?
studying.
Why are you studying, man?
Start surgery tomorrow.
Woohoo! Killing it.
Yeah.
Killing the game. Doing some more psych. It's Sunday evening. Tomorrow is Monday. I've had a very relaxing weekend. I have a little bit more studying to do before tomorrow. Other than that, I can't wait to see what psych is going to be like. I was given instructions to bring nothing with me except a pen, a small notebook, my phone, and a beverage if I so choose. I'm not really sure why, so we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to be a part of my journey.